Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Laura with Diamond Painting and Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a good day. I just wanted to get back with you on my sampler and how that was going. Hang on just a second. Okay. It was a little whacked out there. Yeah, I kind of went nuts. So this is how much I've got done. Let me get the thread out of the way. I don't know. I mean, this part is straight. It's just the bottom is not what you call straight. But let me bring you in. Yeah, I finished the alphabet part like the first day. Then I had to leave a space or it would have looked weird. So, yeah. So then I got to the bottom and went, oh God, what am I going to do? Because I didn't expect it to come down this far, see? And so I just decided on something plain and simple just to go across the bottom. And then I kept looking through my books and everything, and I found this wiggly line, and I liked it because it was really easy. And then I thought, well, it was supposed to have flowers and all this other crap, and I went, no, probably not so much. So I just went ahead and did it. Just get that freaking light over there. Maybe you could see. Come on. And just did the little flowers in between. So basically, you know, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants as usual. I just did that to see, use this yellow to see how that would look in there. I really wanted blue, but you know how that goes. So we're just using these, I'll call them crappy, but they're, once you get sewing with them, they're not bad, you know, I mean. But this is my first sampler, so, you know, I'm not out to go out and buy a bunch of thread because I have no idea where this is going to end up, you know. I don't know if I'm going to put some birds or something down in here. I have no idea. So I started on this today and did all of this that you see there, plus all this across here. So we'll see. We'll just, you know, I just keep looking at things and seeing, oh, well, I could do this or that, or I could change this or that with it. So we're just working on getting the, oh, good gravy. I had to get my thread out. Going up, I don't know how high I'm going to go or anything. And I'm just using the threads out of this kit, so we'll see. It doesn't take too much thread, you know, so far. And I picked kind of a neutral green, and there's a big old wad of it, so we'll see how it goes. If I have to go buy something that's DMC comparable, not a problem. But, you know, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So, yeah, that's where we're going. I'm kind of shocked myself, you know, that I got this much done. And I put one of my little, where is he? Thread or needle minders there's. I keep wanting to call it a cover minder. I've been doing too much diamond painting. I did work on Dream last night. But other than that, I just been doing a little bit of each, you know, here and there, and because my finger was actually getting sore. And I do have a thimble. Yes, we have a thimble. So let's see here if we can bring you in just a bit so you could see what the heck I am doing. So what's everybody doing today? Has everybody got the day off, or people working, or whatever? Or did y'all go on like a weekend trip? Let me try to situate that a little bit better, guys. My bad. I had to go to my daughter's this morning. I had to run into town to get some groceries. Whoops, there goes the thimble. It's just one size too big, guys, and I have no idea where my other thimble is at. And if I don't pick that one up, I won't know where it's at either. No, I use it every so often. It was kind of cold this morning, so it didn't want to stay on my finger, but I'm trying to keep it with it. I know I found that other one that I thought I lost, and then I went and bought this one. But all they had was large, so we'll see. We use it here and we use it there. But I'm kind of liking this, you know. You can kind of build it as you go. If I had to graph this out, it'd be over, you know. But you keep adding things to it. I saw some cute little birds in that book that I was using. So I may put some birds or hearts or something down here and just keep using different colors. This kind of has a good variety. There's some purples in there and maybe even some blues. And I thought even going through one of my great big huge kits that I know is destined to never ever get done, and see if I can just, you know, get like snippets, you know, like a piece that was 12 inches long. It's not going to miss it. So we'll see, because I just wanted to use this thread because I knew it was never going to get used for the project that it was supposed to be. So other than that, I had to go to my daughter's and give her a sweatshirt. I bought a sweatshirt for Molly thinking I was going to cut it down, and I went to see what size it was, and it was a toddler 5, and I'm like, Abby's in toddler 5, so I gave it to her so that Miss Abby could use it and, you know, it not go to waste. I hate waste. Waste just makes me sick. So yeah, it's kind of a waste. My whole stitching and diamond painting existence makes me sick, because I know in my heart of hearts I'll never be able to see that long. But you know how we're just going to go for it, and we might as well go for it while we can still see, and we have good, you know, fairly good health and that kind of thing. But yeah, so those little things look kind of pretty. I thought maybe I'd do it in like autumn colorish. I don't know. It's a thought. It's a thought. So, and there's so much good information, especially for me because I'm new at all this, and I haven't looked at a whole bunch of patterns that are in a book. You know, I mean, I've seen things that are, they're not like that. I don't tend to buy those kinds of things. I like, you know, the printed pictures of things, you know, like the Chinese women, for example, or if it was a tiger or a leopard or something, you know, I might, I'm losing you again. It might be, you know, something like that. But, and that one that I got from, oh gosh, Joy Sunday, it's just not tripping my trigger. It's too commercial and, I don't know, kind of flat. And it lacks imagination, you know. I mean, as far as, I think a sampler ought to be something that you imagine up, and it's your ideas and that kind of thing. Yeah, sure, there's lots of beautiful ones. I almost bought one from Brothy. Oh my God, it was like $89. And I'm like, stop, halt. There was like red flags jumping up everywhere in my face. Yeah, no, it was beautiful, but it was beyond me. When I know I have to spend $89 on some kind of stitch kit, I know that it's beyond me. Like that Chatterlane that, I think her name is Crafty Lisa, or it might be Crafting with Lisa now, I don't know. But she's from Scotland, I believe, or Ireland, one of those places. And, hell, even she lives in the UK, we'll put it that way. This Chatterlane, it even has lame thread in it. Right there is my first clue of, no, I really, really don't think so. Because I had to sew Barbie clothes for my daughter, who, you know, proceeded to lose them in her adolescence, that had used lame thread. Oh my God. or something I was making for Barbie. Barbie had better clothes that year than we did. So yeah, there's just some things I don't feel it's like working with satin and silk. I'm scared to death. Yeah, because yeah, you screw that up and it's going to cost you. So I don't know, but I've been watching several channels of people that have do things with what do you call it, samplers, and they make samplers. I haven't seen any of her work yet, but she had this lady's called something Jammies. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. But sweet lady, beautiful lady, great mind, great, attitude, just a precious lady. And she has a friend who collects antique samplers and is an authority. I mean, I've got to literally say she is an authority on the materials that are used, the people, how they did this and how they did that. I mean, just amazing information about samplers and she had one story that she was looking at a particular sampler, and I never even thought about it, when I'm looking at these things, in books and stuff, because it's really kind of caught my eye. She said that I don't know if I can get it right, the I and J and U and V, I believe, don't quote me on this, were not in the alphabet because they used a German alphabet in the 1700s. And that's why they were never stitched in this, in these samplers that were of that age, unless, they were copying something from somebody or whatever. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and she said, well, this is a little late for not having this in the alphabet or whatever. So I was like, what is she talking about? And then she went on to explain what I just told you. And you just don't think about these things. And what really kills me? I mean, out of all her information and sharing all these different samplers, she was talking about how these little girls are like 7, 8, 9 years old, and they've created a sampler. And they did that, I guess, as a regime to teach them how to stitch or whatever before they got married, and all that stuff came along so that they could prove that they could do these stitches, and that they could sew clothes or take care of children. I don't know, what was thinking in their brain. So anyway, I mean, and you think, oh my God, they were only 7 years old. How do they do such, and some of them are like fantastic work, but also they had nothing else to distract them, except for maybe household chores or whatever, I mean, that kind of thing. And they did these things, like they went to somebody specifically to learn how to do these stitches and stuff. It was just part of their education. And it just blows me away that we don't have that now, But it also blows me away at how beautiful the pieces are. Some are simplistic, and, you could tell, well, they weren't really into that, or whatever. But others, they really liked what they were doing. So, yeah, it was just different. And so I got a lot of information out of that. But, and let's see, so I watched them, and I watched Bendy Stitcher. She does a lot of, I want to say, kits, but they're counted cross stitch, I mean, they're beautiful things. And I don't know that she does or she doesn't like create her own, because these names are all foreign to me. You know, I haven't been in that realm. I mean, you asked me 5 people, if I could mention 5 people that I knew diamond painted, I could do that, because that's what I've been looking at for probably a year. But this was all different and kind of new, so let's see here. But it's really turning out cool, though. I don't know what I'm going to do next, I mean, as far as put into it, but hey, one thing at a time. That's all we can do. But it's about time to put some stuff back into the... Oh, for pity's sake. I gotta reach over here, so if I hit the thing, you'll know it's me, because, God, I can't do this without it. And I freaked out because I couldn't get that thing in there. For some reason, it wouldn't go in one direction. It's like, oh my God. I have to have my threader sometimes. These needles have kind of a small, oops, making sure I was holding the right end, into them, or they're real narrow, so it's a little bit tougher than some of the other stuff I've been using. But I just wanted to come on here and do a little quick whip and chat so that you could see what kind of progress I was making here. So, not that we're going to change doing anything else, but just one little thing at a time. Maybe by the next time you come here, come on here, I'll have some birds and flowers and all kinds of stuff. Who knows? You know, but I just kind of take it and, oh, I just adapted it, you know, because I kind of wanted to leave an edge there of some kind. Yeah, I know, it probably wasn't the right way to go about the whole mess, but hey, it is what it is, what it is. I'm getting some of the little yellow centers of the flowers. I was going to do a French knot, but not that I can't, but I just didn't want to do that. Too much. It almost looks like a French knot because it's so close together there. I was thinking about maybe a house, put a house and some trees or something. I don't know. Haven't decided. And the people are kind of big in this book. You know, they're meant for bigger things. I could probably get a stick figure out of it, but I don't know. Haven't decided. Just kind of sewing along, and I was just so relaxed last night. I just kept sewing and sewing and sewing. I'm like, well, you should be tired of this by now. Nope. Just kept on sewing. I was bound and determined I was going to finish that stupid alphabet. But, we will see. Come on. I don't know if I got enough thread to make it all the way up there or not. Maybe, no. There's only this one anyway, so that would be good. But I thought it looked kind of pretty with all that down there. I thought maybe I could do some leaves or something, maybe, and make some orangey type trees. I don't know. I haven't decided. It all depends what threads I have here or there. I mean, I know I have all different kinds and all different kinds of things that, you know, would be certainly enough to do one. Oh, and another thing about the Ort jars. People were talking, they were talking, I don't know, somewhere, God knows, on one of the things about the Ort jars and how you save your little snippets and pieces and stuff. But, you know, another thing that they did say was that they took, let's see, let's say I'm not going to use this. So, and say it was only about so big. they would save these pieces and then they'd use them, you know, in their samplers because they weren't going to make anything too big. And that's why you see all the different color changes, is because, of course, they couldn't afford to go out and buy 90 different million colors. It was expensive back then, you know. I mean, they had other things to do. And another thing that they were talking about was they would go to the place where they were actually dyed, these threads. And how, let's say, I'm just picking a month, in January, you would buy this dark green. Well, if you needed more of the dark green by, say, middle of the year, the thing that might be left was a green that was, say, you know, a lighter color green. And then if you needed some by Christmas, well, it might be a really totally pale, pale green, you know. So, yeah, I guess you see, they couldn't figure it out either. No, I'm just kidding. They bought them, and the dye lots would be different because they used the same batch of dye, but they dyed them. It got lighter as they went along, I'm assuming. Whoops. Sorry. You knew I had to do that. So I thought that was quite interesting that when they did their thread, they dyed up a whole bunch of thread, but yet the first part of it would be real dark and then the last part would be real light. Or they didn't have enough, so they just kind of did a real quick thing. So, and red was really, really highly prized because it took, oh God, 50,000 Cremarian bugs, something to that effect, to make one drop of this stuff. So that's why you don't see a lot of red. And if you had red, you were very well off. Or, you know, if you made your whole sampler in red. And so, I mean, it was a great big deal of all different kinds of information that I got from that. Let me see if I can pause you and get the name of her. Her name is Flannel Jammies. Oh, crap. Hang on. Flannel Jammies Farm is the name of that lady that was with the other woman, and I don't know her name. That was the expert on the samplers. So if you're interested, type in samplers, and I'm sure this lady will come up. But it was really informative, I guess. So, all right, let's see, where are we? So, I think that's where I'm going to end today, guys, but I just wanted to show you my progress and show you how things are going. Thank you for joining me, and you all have a good rest of your weekend. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Y'all have a good evening and a good rest of your weekend. God bless. Bye-bye.